Hey there, I'm Nicole. Welcome back. So this video is going to be a day in the life. It is the night before the day in the life. I'm doing it tomorrow. I saw Jackie at JP Wrights do this and it was such a fun video because you got to see a little bit of her job and stuff. She's great. I'm going to link her channel down below. So I thought I would do one too. So thank you so much for watching and let's get right into it. Good morning. It is 7:45 a.m. this morning and I am sitting on my deck. I'm about to start writing a little bit for my travel essay. This one is going to be about when I was in Zambia and learning about their healthcare system and going around, and we went to very rural areas and saw the health outpost there, which was really cool. So that is what I'm going to be working on. I basically travel with like 5,000 notebooks. So this is my notes from that trip. I also brought out my current journal as sort of a warm-up. So I think I'm going to journal for a couple minutes and then get into the typing. So let's go. This is why I love that I keep journals, because when you go back to it, it's just so nice to read. I remember that at the research center there were so many spiders, but like I didn't necessarily remember everything that anyone said. So one of my friends, or one of the people at the center says, "Look, there's baby spiders." And one of my researchers, fellow one, said, "Cool," and gets up. And another person said, "Why is he heading in the direction of the spiders?" She was really scared of the spiders. But I think I found, August 7th at the hospital is what I want to write about. So my plan for writing this article is basically, it's basically to draft it and sort of draft what I kind of think should be in there, and then do a big review of the place that I might at some point submit it to, and like read a whole bunch and figure out and edit it to that. But I don't want to do it beforehand just because I don't want anything to like, what's the word? Influence like making sure that everything I'm writing is like totally true and from like my kind of unique perspective or whatever. But I don't know if that's the best way to do it. Maybe you're supposed to read them first, but it's gonna be the editing version. Okay, so that actually went quite well, I think. I don't know how many words I wrote because I didn't see how many words were in the document before I started. But I did get, I don't know, a couple sketches or like moments written, so that's really nice. At the moment, it's like a really depressing essay, which hopefully is gonna get less depressing at the end or something. I mean, the style that I'm going for is really just like straight, telling it like it is. There's not a lot of flowery language. It's very kind of, I'm trying to go very reporting-y while like catching details and trying to describe things well. In Zambia, we did some stuff in the field, like field work as well. In Uganda as well, we did field work there. And so there's sort of lots of little moments that I think could be really interesting to people. It's just like, what do I put in where? How much do I include? And how do I describe it? And how much can I remember it? Because at this point, it's almost a year ago. Luckily, I took really good notes. Oh no, okay. Well, I can't get that right now because I actually have a call that I have to jump on. So I am doing my master's, but technically I've already completed the requirements of my master's program. It was a one-year program. I am doing a second year of the one-year program as a fellow. So I'm working on a malaria project, which is the same project that I was in Zambia for. I'm also a TA for the class, and because, gotta tell you, being a fellow doesn't pay very much, I'm working part-time at a startup that's doing some mental health telehealth. The part-time is technically like a paid internship position, And that is what I am getting on right now. The new cohort of paid and unpaid interns are doing a coffee chat at 9. So we're gonna see how that goes. Okay, so that was fun. It was a coffee chat for this. I hate the word intern so much because I don't consider myself an intern, like a part-time person, and neither does the CEO, because the CEO of the startup just chatted with us and talked about how he started the company, and all sort of the goals and some different projects and stuff. It was really good, really cool to get an overview. And he was like, I hate the word intern. I'm like, I do too. Yeah, so we just had like a nice little chat. Now it's gonna be time for breakfast because I haven't eaten breakfast yet. And then I have to, what do I have to do? I'm gonna pull this out. I'm gonna read some papers. I'm reading a lot of papers about natural language processing and mental health to get ideas for what we should do for our pipeline, and that's been going well. They're actually really interesting. It's occasionally depressing, but that's okay. And that's like one of my favorite things to do these days is just read the papers. So I think that'll be good. Let's go get some breakfast. So I'm supplementing my toast with some apples and peanut butter now, which is so fun. I like to read a little bit at breakfast time, so I took like a 20-minute break and I read my book. I'm reading I can't remember what it's called. It's the last book in the Galliford Girl series by Ali Carter. I've read it before, but I've been rereading the series this week. It's been really good. I'm like so super pumped about how good these books are. I kind of forgot. I love Ali Carter's writing style a lot. So it's been great. Okay, so now let's get some Spotify rocking and some papers reading. Okay, it's been really hard to keep paying attention to the screen. I have 5 minutes before the next meeting. This one should be good. This is like a clinical talk that they're giving us about mental health and the app's approach to mental health treatment and stuff from like a scientific perspective. So that's really exciting. I think I'm gonna go bring my apple and peanut butter plate upstairs and maybe get some ice cream. I mean, it's like 5 minutes to noon, so it's okay, right? And it's homemade ice cream too, and it's so good. It's Nutella flavored. So I'm gonna get that because, and like go outside for a second because I'm not good at staring at screens for a long time.
What should depressive disorder look like? What should bipolar disorder look like? What should schizophrenia look like? And so that's a great place to start. That's where most of medicine starts, is by defining syndromes. But what we've gotten stuck in with DSM-3, then DSM-4, then DSM-4.
So now it's time for a little walk around the block. I have another meeting from 2 to 4. I'm really hoping it won't take all that time because it's like the most beautiful day ever. So I want to go into the pool and read for a little bit while I'm swimming or swim or something like that. And I want to maybe exercise a little bit, like do a workout video or something. And there's lots of things that I want to do besides, well, I also have to work a little bit more today and try to get some writing in. I have some like project management work to do. I have a choir rehearsal tonight, 7:30 to 9. I've been having like a big housing crisis as well, just to do with my rent. My lease that's in Baltimore has been taking up a lot of my time, unfortunately. So we'll see what we get done today. Okay, it is 1:30. I'm back from my walk. I have half an hour till my next meeting. And so I could keep working on my sort of part-time mental health thing because I'm in that state, but I think I've already spent like 4.5 hours on it today. So I need to switch over to a different project. I've been working on some optical stuff, so I think that's what I'm gonna do next, is figure out what do more research into the optics, because that is just a minefield of ordering cameras and stuff. I finally got, this is something that I've been waiting for weeks, little resolution slide so I can monitor how well my optical systems are doing. That's part of the reason I have a macro lens for my phone, and I just made a big design decision, so I have to kind of source parts for how we're going to prototype that new design. All right, that's what we're gonna do. Literally the most exciting thing I've learned recently is that if you put words in quotation marks when you Google it, it only shows results of those two words together, and I've got to tell you, it's really improved my life so much better. Also, I'm just gonna make an announcement here. This Zwart Pro clippable camera micro lens keeps sliding down my camera and is not very secure. So that sucks. Yeah, but that Google tip is amazing. It is 1:57. I'm reading about megapixels of cameras before my meeting for optical engineering purposes. It's very confusing. I did not understand how much went into optics until I started trying to figure it out, and there is so much, it's crazy. So it's a working meeting, so I get to sit outside on my beautiful deck and write this paper. Unfortunately, it's not the fun writing as before, but it's academic writing, it counts. Alright, it is 4 p.m. and it is time for my after school snack. Because, oh gosh, okay, stay. It is time for the after school snack. I'm gonna put something together, and then I'm going to not wait 30 minutes and put my bathing suit on and go swimming because it's break time. All right, it's pool time. Here we go. Okay, so all that swimming is done. I mostly just read this book while I floated around in the pool, because honestly that's what I do in the pool. I'm gonna get dressed and then I'm gonna do some writing. I'm rereading my Christmas short story series in preparation for NaNoWriMo. So I am on the second draft of these, and my NaNoWriMo project is partially to rewrite them and edit them and do the third draft of these short stories to get them ready for beta readers. So that is what I am starting today. I have found the files, which I have got to tell you was a mission, and I'm gonna start reading. I'm a little bit nervous because I remember some of the feedback that I got from readers on Scribophile, and I know that there's quite a bit of work to do, and I'm also not sure if I have, oh my goodness, there's a really beautiful dragonfly that just went by. I'm also not sure if I have the writing skill set to make it better from here. I'm not sure how you get better from this point, but I have some feedback that I can incorporate. I'm sure I'm gonna have my own thoughts, and we'll see how it goes. I'm excited. All right, so it is the end of the day. It is 11 p.m. Dinner is over, and I'm sitting on my floor because it's a nice place to be, and I'm back to working on my travel essay thing. Now, I finished the section that I wanted to finish, and as soon as I finished it, it was the last clinical section that I just kind of wanted to write about. I'm just free writing, right? And as soon as I finished it, I kind of got up and went and got a glass of water, and I realized that even if it didn't, if nothing I wrote, or if I could make sure that what I was writing didn't violate HIPAA, that I was absolutely positively not going to do anything with the writing that took place in any observations of people in a clinic at all. I would never try to publish any of it. It was something that I really wanted to write down for myself, but never ever try to publish it, because it just reminded me of how tender and private those moments were. So I'm glad that I wrote it, and I have a lot of other things to write about that are a lot less ethical issues. So I started getting into, I mean, I can still describe the clinics and what they're like and the places that we visited, and you know, little interactions with people while we were doing field work. All that stuff is what I'm gonna focus on. And I already have some of that written down, and I just started writing about some interviews with some community health workers and our trip out to a very remote health outpost on a hill that was like it's actually in a church. It's really cool and really gorgeous. But yeah, so it's not been a super productive writing day because I know that everything that I wrote today is not even going to be edited, or it's not going to see the light of day. It's just going to kind of chill on my computer for a bit, but it's definitely helped me narrow down what the topic of this essay is going to be and what I'm going to be focusing on. So that's a win. All right, I'm done for today. Thanks so much for watching. I will see you next time.